and welcome. Thank you for popping in. If you're new to the channel and you find this helpful, please consider subscribing. If you want to be notified of the next video release, hit that notification bell and you will be notified. Without further ado, let's jump into Slice, Splice, and Spread. If you want to follow along, just head to w3schools.com and select any of the Try It Yourself editors or use whatever IDE you are most comfortable with. Slice and splice are both methods of the array object. Spread is an operator similar to the and or operator. Let's jump right to slice though and what it does. So slice returns a shallow copy of a portion of an array. So if I wanted a slice of this string array, I could do a const new array and assign that to string array.slice. And this takes two arguments, the first being the starting position and the second being the ending position. And the end is not included. And what I mean by that is this is going to start at 0 and stop at 1. It's not going to grab the 0 and 1 position. It's only going to grab up to the second parameter, up to the end position, not including it. So if I then print this out, so let's do array, you'll see that our new array is one item and it's just the window. I also will point out that this is what's called a shallow copy. And what I mean by that is it copies everything inside of that array by reference. So it is not copying the values and storing those in a new container. It's storing the pointers, if you're familiar with C. It's storing the pointers, the actual variable addresses inside of there. So the easiest way for me to demonstrate what's happening here is to just show you. And so I will do that here. I'm going to do it with this next one. So we're going to grab out of the object array, we're going to grab the first item. So if I do this, type, this should be our window, still our window. And now inside of my new array, if I were to put that here and assign that to, let's say, door, and then look inside of the original array object. So let's move that. So now I'm creating a new array with this slice, and then I'm modifying the value, the type of the first element in that array, and then here I'm printing the original array value. And when I run this, you'll see that this object's type was changed to door, even though it is inside of this other array, because this item inside this new array, this is a new array, it is in fact a new array, but the object is not a new object. It is a reference, a pointer to the original object that was created here. And so this could cause some really funky behavior if you're not aware of that. So definitely keep that in mind. When I first started, I thought that shallow copy was referencing something like this, where it would only get to a certain depth. So I was thinking maybe it would copy this object but maybe not get the children array. It has nothing to do with that. It is the way it's copying values. So shallow copy means that it is copying by reference or pointer and not copying the actual values out. I'm going to come back when we hit spread, and we'll talk about how to get around that problem. For now, let's go look at splice. So splice is similar in that you can use it to modify an array. But Splice is different in that it modifies the array in place directly. It does not return anything. So if I were to splice this object array, and the parameters here are, there's two required. The first is the starting position. The next is the how many elements to remove. And the third is an optional parameter that would be anything that you want to insert in that exact spot. So let's just take a look at a generic splice without inserting anything, without adding anything. So if I run this, you will see that we're still getting door. That was probably not a great example, but that's because we are actually cutting out the first item. So if I were to remove 2, so this is starting in the 0 position and then removing the 0 and 1, and then hit run, you'll see that it's now floor. And everywhere else that I were to access this array, these items would no longer be there because Splice modifies the array directly. So that is a way of replicating the slice functionality with Splice, but Splice can do so much more. So let's look at this array and let's add some stuff to it. So let's go ahead and add to change this. Let's not remove anything. So let's start at 0, remove nothing, but add sun to our original array, to our original string array. And if I print this out, you will see that we took the string array, we started at 0, we did not remove anything, but at that place we inserted this new thing. And so when we print out that array, what we have left, well, or what we have, is the original array completely intact with this new value inserted at the very beginning. So super helpful. We also can insert at the end. So we could count the items. Seeing as how we generally would not know how many items are in an array, you can come in here and just do a string array.length and hit run, and it will always then add it. It'll start at the end, however many there are, and it will start there, remove nothing, and then insert your item. So essentially just insert whatever you want to the end of the array, similar to a push. So that is Splice. The reason I wanted to incorporate spread in this is because spread is frequently combined with slice and splice, because spread is my way, and frequently in industry the way, to add arrays together and to copy objects. So what spread does is anything that is an iterable, meaning an iterable is an array, an object, anything that is expecting multiple things, anything that is iterable, you can use the spread operator on. And let me just show you function total. This takes an A, a B, and a C, and returns A plus B plus C. Okay? And let's say I have an array of 3 values, 1, 2, 3. This function is expecting 3 things, and this array with 3 things is an iterable. I can't say that today. Iterable. And so I can call that function, and inside of here, rather than doing anything else, I can just spread the values array onto that function. And when I run this, you'll see that I get 6 properly, because it is adding up 1 plus 2 plus 3 inside of that function. So that's pretty cool. And then we also can do other things. So I almost never use the array.concat method, the built-in way of adding 2 arrays together. I just have always found it easier to spread the old arrays into the new one. So I can say const new array is equal to, and then spread out the arrays I want to add together in whatever order I want. So I could do dot 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 string array, and then dot 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 string array 2. And if I print this out, all of the values from both arrays are in here, the first one and then the second one. And if I wanted to change that order up, I would just flip these around. And then all of these values would be first, and then these values would be second. And so you can see how this would be powerful, because you can combine this with a splice or slice as well. So here you could do a dot 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 slice, string array dot slice, and let's just grab the first two items there. And now you can see that we grabbed that array, we sliced some piece of it off, and then we added that to our other array. So there's many, many ways to combine this with great powerful effect. The next thing I want to show you is using spread to copy objects. So that problem I showed you earlier, where you copy an array that has objects in it, and you get that shallow copy where you're modifying the original object in the second array, we can overcome that fairly easily using the spread operator as well. And so what we would do there would be object array dot slice, and let's grab that first thing out again. Okay, and let's just, so that we know that we are in fact messing with the correct thing, we'll print that out, and you'll see that I properly grabbed this first object, the window, and I am holding that as a single item in my new array. So what I can do is I can do this. I can say const new object is assigned, and then spread out everything from new array, sub 1, that single item that I grabbed there. And if I print out new object.type, because now I've just copied that element, not the whole array, and just spread out all of the properties of that single element in that array onto this new object. And if I run this, you'll see it's still window. And if I were to overwrite, so this is how you would overwrite properties. So if you wanted to update one of these objects, this is how you'd do that. You'd create a new object, you'd spread the old object out, and then you would update the value that you want to update. So let's say type, and assign this, let's assign this moon. And now if I run this, you'll see that that new object now has the value moon. All of the other properties will be the same because we copied out everything and only overwrote the type. And if I print out object array sub 1, whoops, and print that out, you'll see that that is still window, because I am no longer overwriting the values stored at that reference. I'm overwriting this brand new object that I created by copying all of the values in that old location. So super cool stuff. Hopefully you guys have found this helpful and have been able to follow along so far. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I want to keep these videos short, but comment below with anything else you'd like me to cover. Head to my website, consultingninja.tech, where I've compiled loads of free resources, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I would certainly appreciate it. Have a great day.